Hello and welcome to Maryland Business Roundtable for Education's Way to Be at Home series. Today you're tuned in to College Tell with Mrs. Bell, and I'm Laurie Bell, the Program Coordinator for Dorchester County. Today we're going to be learning all about Mount St. Mary's University. If you have questions or comments that you'd like to share with us, if you put them in the comments section, we will do our best to answer your questions today. I have a guest with me from Mount St. Mary's University. I'd like to introduce to you Andi Overton. Welcome, Andi.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. So, yeah, let's do it.
I'm excited to have you as well. And I see that you're the Director of Business Development Partnership Office. So before we start talking about the college, can you tell me a little bit about what you do for Mount St. Mary's?
Yeah, sure. So I don't teach, right? I'm not a professor. And that's a really big question a lot of people ask me. So when they say, hey, what do you do? What do you teach at Mount St. Mary's? And I'm not in a classroom. So what I do is I work with organizations that help folks get back into school. So I work a lot with organizations in Frederick and across the state of Maryland. And I talk about education a lot. So I do my best to promote Mount St. Mary's in a way that everybody can come back to school, whether you're 18 years old and coming out of high school, whether you're in a community college, or whether you're old like me and need to come back for additional learning. That's who I talk to.
I'm not buying into the old like you, not at all.
I like this. We can be friends. This is perfect.
Wonderful. So you're at Mount St. Mary's University. You're in this position. How did you come into this position? What path did you take to get there? Career paths are very important to our students. So I'd like to hear a little bit about yours.
Yeah, sure. So I have a wacky career path. I was a police officer in Montgomery County. I worked for the federal government and contracts, and all of those things actually help me prepare for what I do. And what I really do is present all the time to different people. So I was able to obviously hone those professional development speaking skills. So I can talk to one person or I can talk to 500 people. The message is the same. So it built a little bit of confidence in what I'm doing. And as long as what I figured out was, as long as I believe in the message that I'm giving and the thing I'm trying to promote, it's super easy to talk about stuff that helps people's lives. So going from being a cop to the federal government to a contractor, what I realized was people can always go back to school. And if you miss that opportunity when you're coming out of high school, you can go back. It's super hard. But what I really like to talk about is education and how it fits in everyone's life in some way. And that's how I got to Mount St. Mary's.
That's a wonderful, I like this story because it shows that, again, students can change their minds as they get older.
Sure can, yeah. And you never know where your path is going to take. So if you learn a little bit from every place you've been, it culminates into one big, awesome career. And isn't that exciting? So
it is exciting. So let's start talking about the college a little bit. You're at Mount St. Mary's University, and if I'm correct, that's in Frederick County.
It is in Frederick County. We actually have two campuses. And so everyone knows about our Emmitsburg campus. It's in the mountains. It's beautiful. It's in the northern part of the county. But we also have a Frederick campus. And that Frederick campus helps adults like us come back. Or for folks who want graduate degrees, that's where all those classes are held. And it's in the south part of the county. So we're all in Frederick, but we're about 20 miles apart, one on the north side and one on the south side.
I'm sure there are more people living on campus at the Emmitsburg place. What are some of the majors that you offer that students might be interested in?
Yeah, sure. So you're right. About 80% of our students who go to our Emmitsburg campus, our traditional campus, live on campus. And that's going to change a little bit with this whole COVID-19, but we're making it happen. And some of the programs that we have, we have four different schools. So we have education, we have natural sciences and math, we have, of course, liberal arts, we have business. And I think there's a lot of opportunity for you to take a major and a minor. So we have over 40 majors and 38 minors. So you can be a business major and take a chem minor if you want to, and be able to cross those paths together. So some of the more popular degree programs, our business school is huge, and so is our natural science and math. So I think that folks really kind of dabble in a little bit of everything and really follow their passion on what they want to learn. And sometimes, Mrs. Bell, that changes from freshman year to senior year, and that's okay. That's what's great about a small liberal arts college is you can do those kinds of things.
You're calling it a small liberal arts college. About how many people do you have on campus?
So we have about anywhere between 1,800 and 2,000 students on the main campus coming in and out. We have about 500 or so on the Frederick campus. So we have those two different campuses, but really our main campus up in Emmitsburg houses the majority of our transfer students and our students coming right out of high school. And that's kind of the more vibrant campus. There's always something to do. There's always something to learn. And that's up on the north side of the campus.
Well, we have to touch on this part of it. I understand that Mount St. Mary's is a Catholic university.
Yeah.
Do you have to be Catholic to attend?
Oh my goodness, no, not at all. We welcome all faiths or no faiths. And so that's the neat thing about Mount St. Mary's is, you know, we just want to graduate ethical leaders who are living lives of significance. And if you need a Catholic education, we have that. And if you don't, well, we have that too. So I think there's a little bit for everybody, no matter what you believe and what faith you practice.
And I think that's important for students to know because I think there might be that preconceived notion that they would
It's one of the biggest questions we get. Absolutely. No, we welcome everybody who wants to live an ethical life, learn something new, and get out into the world and do their thing.
Application process.
Yeah.
So things are a little different this year with the way the world is changing, shall we say? Any advice you would have for people that are thinking about applying in the next year?
Yeah, sure. So, you know, the neat thing is that even though the application process may change, for instance, we always require a letter of recommendation. And right now we're kind of waiving that. It's really hard to get a hold of teachers sometimes to have that letter be written. And that's okay. So the neat thing is we're agile, right? We get it. We understand. But the biggest thing I can tell folks is you are who you are. And if there is a way and a manner that you can write your essay or you can talk to our admissions counselors and really bring forth that true, authentic self, that's what we want to see. That's who we want to interview, and that's who we want on campus.
Very nice. I love the adjustments that are being made. So we have to touch on this part of it.
Okay.
A lot of people are very concerned about whether they should be applying to college in the next year because they don't know what's going to happen. Some schools are going virtual, some are going a hybrid. Can you talk a little bit about what St. Mary's is doing during this time to help keep their students safe?
Yeah, cool. Thank you. That's a really important question. And in fact, we get that question a lot. It used to be, hey, what kind of programs do you have? Now it's, what are you doing on campus to make us as safe as possible? So the entire campus, me included, from the Frederick campus to the Emmitsburg campus, we have a whole nerve cell. And we've had several different committee meetings that we've been meeting since May. And what we've figured out is we can do our best to keep folks safe by upping our sanitation practices, by reducing the amount of people who are living in one dorm. The point is Mount St. Mary's will welcome, obviously, residential students. We have a lower capacity because we want to make sure we give people enough space to live and breathe and work. But we're open and it's happening. And we have a ton of applications and folks coming back to campus. We're doing our best to create barriers between you and a virus. But of course, no situation is 100% safe. But we have done all of our research. It's what we do. We're a college campus. So we have our chemists and our biologists working on hand sanitizer in our labs. We have our physical plant putting up barriers where we need to. And of course, we have our PR people like me talking about the different ways that you can come back to campus. And to get on campus is going to be different. Everyone needs to be a little patient. Everyone needs to be safe. And we can work at this together to be able to make sure that folks can live and educate themselves on what this means living on a college campus. And I think we've done a good job.
That sounds so nice. It's so good to hear so much research went into it. And I like that you said we're a college and that's what we do. We do the research.
That's right.
And some students coming through now that are going to find something major for us one day. Who knows?
That would be awesome. You want to find a vaccine on Mount St. Mary's campus? We welcome that. Bring it on. Bring your ideas.
Okay, so, you know, I want to be respectful of your time. If you had advice to give to students right now, what would you tell them?
It is a crazy time. We feel it. You feel it. We understand. The neat thing, I think, about higher education is that Our whole goal is student-centered. So keep being you. Be safe. Be healthy. But if college was in your plans before January, then college should be in your plans now. The COVID virus should not stop you from achieving your dreams. It may take you down a different path, one that is a little bit more cautious, and that's okay. We welcome that. And I think that for Mount St. Mary's students, we hope that you ask us the hard questions. We'll give you all the information we have. And I think that with that dialogue, we can create an opportunity for folks to live and work like me and educate and be educated and go to school on campus. So keep doing the things that you're doing now, but be safe about it. And we want to see you in a college campus, hopefully ours. If that was your path before COVID, it can still happen now. And it shouldn't, disgruntle you from going to campus. Ask the right questions, apply to a school, get in and go out and do great things.
What a beautiful message. Thank you so much for sharing that with our students.
Of course.
I've really enjoyed speaking with you today.
Thank you. I've enjoyed being able to show this. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. I would like to thank everybody for joining us as well. Again, we are on Maryland Business Roundtable for Education's Way to Be at Home series. We'd like to remind you to download our Way to Be app, which will help you plan for that little college career or your future career path. And we would also like to invite you to come on Workforce Wednesday next week, where we're going to talk about careers and communications. Thank you all for joining us today, and thank you again, Andi.
Thanks for having me.